Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask John Hood and Chris Fitzsimon, when administrations have nominated someone to be a federal judge, the senator from his or her home state has been able to block that nomination. Now, Thomas Farr, a Raleigh attorney, has been nominated to the federal bench, but there have been several attempts to prevent him from getting confirmed. Fellow panelist Bob Orr wrote an op-ed piece in the Charlotte Observer recently that we need to stop this practice of blocking judges for ideological reasons. I want you to comment on the whole nomination process and specifically about Thomas Farr. John Hood, I'll start with you.
Well, the modern version of this was really kicked off at the U.S. Supreme Court level in the 80s with Robert Bork. Obviously a very well qualified jurist who was denied the Senate confirmation because of differences of opinion, basically. I mean, there was some smoke and fire about it, but that was essentially it. And we've seen that continue through both types of administrations and both, ideologies, two left, two right, allegedly. I think Tom Farr himself will be an excellent judge, has great experience. You can understand why some people have opposition to him. I think the problem here, I wish you could get rid of the borking of judge nominees. I don't think that's likely. In this case, I think the problematic element is that the allegations against Tom are from people who have credibility problems. That's my concern.
Well, my concern is that we had that the judgeship that Thomas Farr has been nominated for was vacant for 8 years while President Obama was there. He nominated two people, both African Americans, who were never had a hearing in the U.S. Senate for 8 years. So it's interesting that we now have Republicans saying, well, we can't be playing politics with the court when we literally, the longest running vacancy in the United States in eastern North Carolina with maybe the highest percentage of African Americans in the state, has never had an African American judge on that court. We had two nominated by President Obama. Richard Burr stopped both of them. So you can understand how both sides are very upset about this. It's also worth pointing out that we have, I think the biggest process, I'm not sure how we fix it, but I wish we could get to the point where we could have competence. The U.S. Senate just confirmed a nominee of President Trump's recently who had been writing on a blog that President Obama should never have been president because he was born in Kenya. We have people now who are unqualified by the Bar Association being confirmed. We have a problem. I wish I was smart enough to come up with a solution.
Well, I hear your comments, but I don't hear you answering the question. Should we do away with this whole process of allowing a senator to block a nomination?
Well, I think there should be some way we could refine it where the senator had to have some justification. It's really done. There's no explanation. The senator from either party, and both parties have done it, all they have to do is it's the blue slip. They don't have to turn that blue slip. I wish there was some transparency about it.
John, respond to Chris's comments.
We should have a red slip because, red is a better color than blue in political terms.
I think I'm going to give you both a pink slip. Thank you for watching the Afterspin. We're going to have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.